What's up? So today's video, as you can see for the title, is going to be how to make a frontal wig, but this is kind of how you have make a wig with 4 bundles in a frontal, because this was a requested video requested about like a month or two ago, but I was waiting on this dome head and this stand, which I purchased from Amazon. And y'all, this is the best thing. If you don't have this, get this. Like, I no longer have to use styrofoam heads. But anyways, okay, so shut up. Y'all know I can talk real good. But anyways, I'm using my spandex dome cap from my local beauty supply store. And this is like my favorite cap to use. I do have another favorite, but this is my number one. And the hair we'll be using is from Wigneys Hair. So I am using 613 hair. And the frontal is 13x4. And this is their Brazilian straight. So I'm just showing y'all the length. This is in 20 inches, and then the bundles that I do have is 4, which is in 24 inches. And yeah, and then I'm gonna also be using T-pins. So I'm gonna turn the head around and begin pinning the frontal onto the cap. But it was very hard to do this, like trying to show y'all on camera on the stand, because usually I get my frontals down like with the head between my legs or between my knees, and then I'm able to pin it down like that. So as you can see, I was pinning, but I ended up having too much excess at the end, and then it was just like going way over. So I was like, I gotta do this off camera. So I did do it off camera, and I'm gonna show you guys how much of the lace I have left. Like in the front, you're not measuring the lace frontal by what is left in the front. Is really in the back. Your frontal should be literally just going from ear to ear straight across. It should not be no stretching or pulling or tugging or anything. It should just be equal from from side to side. So this it's like a band, some like thick material on the lace. I'm not sure what it's called, y'all, but it's like where you sew on. You should have the same amount on both sides, equally, of it left over. So you shouldn't have it tucked to the back. Why I'm saying I'm putting my finger like straight across is because this is where your ear tab is gonna be. Your frontal should be straight. Y'all see how I'm going like a, I don't know, half circle? That's like where your ear tab is gonna like be cut at. So you want your frontal to be pinned just straight across. Don't be pulling it to the back trying to make sure that ending part is at the end of the cap, because when you put your frontal on, when you go ahead and try on the wig, you're going to be seeing that the frontal is going to be behind your ear, and then your sideburn is going to be out. You ain't going to be able to cover your whole ear to ear because you did not place it correctly. So making sure that you place your frontal correctly is like a main key. And when I'm going to go sew it, I did take off one of the pins, and then I stretched it out to make sure it was flat. Then I started sewing from one side to the other side. But definitely make sure that your frontal has the same amount of excess tab on both sides. You want it to be equal, but that's just me. I don't think you should have one over, like one on one side like more over than the other side, because it's not equal. So when you place it on your head, y'all know how frontals is made, like in a little curvy, and you got a curve for your sideburns, how they're made. I cut my frontals like literally the outline that it comes in, so I like my stuff to be even as possible. So make sure that your frontal is placed just straight across. You should not be tugging the frontal or nothing. And once you're done sewing it, make sure, especially if this is your first time, and I've been doing the wigs for so long now, but I've run into that issue. That's why I'm telling y'all, just make sure y'all not pulling it to the back. Just put it straight across of the dome head, and then try it on once you're finished sewing. So this is y'all, I'm out of breath. Hold on, let me catch my breath. Okay, but this is one of the bundles that I'll be using, and I'm just going to go ahead and unravel it, and just pull it down, unravel, so it don't get tangled up or nothing like that. So as you can see, after I'm unraveling, I did not take the double wefted part apart. I left them together. So I'm taking my needle, I'm placing it through one of the wefts, then I'm going to place it to the other one. So this is double weft. This is part one of how you stuff in them 4 bundles. I'm going to go ahead and pull the thread, right? So once you pull it, you get to the knot to the top. Y'all see it. I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to put it through the dome cap. Making sure you're not putting it through the elastic. Put it through the fabric of the dome cap. Don't put it through the elastic, because that will make the cap size, or like the wig, get smaller. So as y'all can see, when I'm making that one loop, I'm holding with my index finger and my thumb right here. Y'all see me with my left hand. I'm holding it so the bundle don't just fall out of place. You need to be holding it because it's heavy. It is, you know, them double wefted together. So you just need to make sure that you're securing it by holding it while you're pulling the needle. So you need both your hands to do this. And then I did make a knot because knots very help when it comes down to sewing, because if you knot it up, it's not going to unravel. So make sure you're doing knots, especially when you're doing the fold over method, to making sure that your tracks is not going to come out. So you're just going to regularly sew, and I'm just sewing. People sew all different type of ways. This is the way I sew under pull out. I guess it's called under pull out. I guess that's how you explain it. But here I get to the end of my frontal. So y'all seen I started sewing at literally the edge of the frontal on the other side, and I got to the other side too now. I hope I'm explaining this well, y'all. I'm trying to explain it as possible, but if not, y'all just put the volume down and just watch. But yeah, so y'all see I said do a knot, and this knot is going to help secure the fold over method to stay intact. And once I do that knot, I'm holding it again. Y'all gotta make sure y'all holding it with y'all index and y'all thumb finger, because you will see if you don't that you're gonna be struggling and you're not gonna have no control. You want to have control of the bundle because it's heavy, so you need to make sure everything is, you know, intact and all that. So as you just keep sewing, just sew, fold over method, I'm gonna go ahead and take the other bundle. This is the second one, and it's double wefted again. Is it called double wefted or just double together? So I took my needle and I'm putting it like I did my own I don't even know the terminology to use, but I just made a stitch. Okay, boom. I just made a stitch through the cap so that the needle and thread is leveled out to the other one. So if I was to just jump into it after I left on the other one, the new bundle would have been starting on top of it. No, I wanted to start right next to it. So I had to make that stitch first. Then I'll go ahead, take my needle, put it through both of the wefts, and then start sewing. And now I'm making a loop. So that was loop 1, and y'all see it, I'm holding it. Because I promise y'all try to do this with one hand, that bundle gonna do right on the floor. You're gonna have to start right over. So after I do my loop, I'm gonna go ahead and make another one. And I think this one, I just looked away, y'all, my bad. I think I just made a knot. Yes, I just made a knot to secure it, that is holding it in place. And then we're just going to go in an up and down motion, in and out of the cap, and just sew back and forth until we get to bundle number 3. So in order to stuff 4 bundles in a frontal, what you do is double 2 of them, and then the last 2 you just use like regular. But y'all know that the longer the length, the less of hair that you receive, meaning that yes, it's thin, and the weft bundle size is you know, condensed smaller. So making sure that you're evenly spreading them out, because you will run out of hair if you don't have a correct eye of spreading out the spacing of the, like, each bundle, each weft, each part, whatever, making sure that they're leveled out, because you will run out of hair. I think I just repeated myself. I apologize, you guys. I'm trying to explain as best as I can, but I think y'all understand, you know, sort of what I'm saying. But after the wig is complete and you sew all 4 bundles, you're going to take your scissors and cut the excess cap. But careful you don't cut your hard work of the threads of the frontal, because that wouldn't be, you know, a nice situation. So boom, there we have it. Our lace custom lace front wig with 4 bundles in frontal, made at home, easy, do it yourself, you know, save you a couple points. And yeah, this is basically it. This is how I do it. I do have how to make a closure wig video. I'll link it down below. Y'all can go watch that. Basically similar, but this is just how you stuff 4 bundles. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, and I will talk to you guys in the next one.